extraordinary heroism and also extraordinary generosity in my city, from the people of LA to one another, helping their neighbors, housing their neighbors, taking care of one another, checking in with each other. Certainly I've been doing that with loved ones in both locations and friends, and we've seen that on the streets of this great city, and I want to thank the people of LA for their great hearts, and I want to thank our first responders who have literally been working around the clock, some taking shifts from one fire and going to another. The incredible unified command. We're so lucky to have a county, a city, a state so well unified together, of course with our federal partners as well. Right now the update is we have 11,377 acres is what we're saying publicly. Maybe a slightly bit more than that, but we'll have more from COP fire later in the evening. This fire is now 5% contained. We have the 210 is open in both directions. But one of the main messages is tonight, unfortunately, we will not be having people come back to their homes. We realize what an inconvenience this is and how traumatic this is to so many people. But we watch fires in Northern California. We've seen through experience it is much better to err on the side of safety. And while the wind is not as strong at this moment as we have had in some of the briefings before and certainly yesterday, it is an unpredictable wind, and we do expect extreme wind starting at 10 o'clock today, and we already have felt the pickup here and also over in West Los Angeles. Citywide red flag alert remains forward, a smoke advisory for the San Fernando Valley. We learned from Los Angeles Unified School District that all San Fernando Valley schools will be closed tomorrow, and many West Side schools. I'm told that is a number of 265 LAUSD and LAUSD affiliated charter schools that will be closed tomorrow. To see which schools in particular, please go to lausd.net to find that list. We still have 6 shelters open here. We have shelters also for the West LA fire that are open. We had 77 people who availed themselves of that, even though we thought we had capacity to close to about 12,000. Again, that speaks to the generosity of so many Angelenos who have taken people in to their homes, but those shelters will remain open. We've evacuated convalescent homes and other folks that we know were unable to move on their own, and I want to thank everybody who took part in that. Metro gave us buses and others involved in that. We have about 1,100 total personnel on site still here in the Unified Command. 400 of those are LAFD City. We've seen the front subside in certain areas, but we see more aggressive work of this fire out towards Lowell and Riverwood. Many people have asked what they can do to help. I want to highlight where donations can be given. I'm sure Councilmember Rodriguez and Supervisor Barger might have some information here as well. If there are physical donations that are not food and water, those can be made at the East Valley Adult Center. That's at 5056 Van Nuys Boulevard, 9 to 5. Food and water through Councilmember Rodriguez's office, also in Pacoima on Van Nuys Boulevard. That's 13520 Van Nuys Boulevard. I'm sure she'll speak to that more. And money, if folks are interested, support LAFD is one of many great places you can go to. That is the Fire Foundation that is helping us get through this, and not just serving our LAFD firefighters, but everybody in the Unified Command. Briefly, the Skirball fire is also 5% contained at this point. That remains about 150 acres with 6 confirmed losses of structures. Those are homes. About 1,200 homes have been evacuated, a much smaller number of people, though it's a good, decent size of territory. The 110,000 households here, or people that have been evacuated, will remain evacuated. That is mandatory this evening. And we thank people for their understanding. This is for your safety. Los incendios son de 5% contenido a este punto. Hay 2,000 bomberos más o menos en los 2 fuegos, en esos incendios, trabajando muy duro. Esperamos vientos más fuertes esta noche. Entonces, si han evacuado, no podrán regresar esta noche. La amenaza aquí es increíble y queremos ser muy seguros. Queremos que regresen a sus casas, pero primeramente tenemos que asegurar el seguro. Para información sobre zonas de evacuación, albergues y cierres, por favor visite la página emergency.lacity.org. Mañana también las escuelas en el Valle de San Fernando estarán cerradas. Hay más de 265 escuelas escuelas normales y de charter también de LUSD. Mañana estarán cerradas. Para información de las escuelas, visite la página lausd.net. Hay una lista de estas escuelas. Su seguridad es nuestra prioridad. Necesitamos que ustedes se mantengan informados, preparados para evacuar si llega la orden. Quisiera reconocer y agradecer a los valientes hombres y mujeres de los bomberos y de todos nuestros colaboradores, quienes están trabajando muy duro para proteger las vidas y los hogares de todos. Muchas gracias. Pass back to those questions.